So yeah, make sure you have your mat there in the position where you can see the camera, the screen. And today we start standing up, but then we do part of the warm up standing up, part of the warm up down on the mat. So for now, I want you to think of your posture, your core engagements, and your breathing, as we always do in Pilates. And we will transfer the weight to our left leg, and we lift the right, and we circle the right ankle a few times to one direction, then a few times to the other direction. Just warming up the ankle there, and then we put that foot back down on the floor, lift the left, and then circle to one direction, then to the other. You can use the wall if you want to help with the balance, or piece of furniture or anything, just to make sure you don't fall. So bring your heel now, right heel to right glute, and we're stretching our quads, the muscles on our sides there. And then stretch for a few seconds, then bring that foot down again, and stretch the bring left heel to left glute. And again, you can hold on to the wall or to, something. Now, we will interlace the finger on our shin and bring it towards our hips. But then if you're losing your balance, you can have one hand on the shin, the other on the wall, or onto something there to help with the balance again. Bring that leg back down, and then do the same with the other leg and back down. Now we flex the left, extend the right leg, right heel's on the floor, right toes are flexed towards the shin. Then we hinge on top of the leg, hinging from the hips. You can have one hand on your thigh, or you can try and reach for your toe. Stay here for 2 breaths. And then hinging from the hips, we come back up and switch legs. So extend the left toe flexing towards the shin, right leg flexed. Again, hand on your thigh or reaching for your toe. Try and hinge from the hip. Try and keep your spine not rounding too much. Stay for 2 breaths and then hinge back. From here, you can shake your legs, and you're going down to sitting on the floor. And I want you to bring the sole of your feet together here and start interlace your fingers underneath your toes or your feet, and start pumping your knees towards the floor. Keep your spine straight, keep breathing. Here you're grounding through your sit bones, so make sure 2 sit bones are in contact with the floor all the time while you're seated. We are warming up our hip joints here as well, hip flexors, extensors, and then stop pumping, come to crossed leg. Let's bring right here to right shoulder. You can have your right hand on top of your head, but don't pull the head. If you put the hands there, just place the hands there lightly. And then you can have the left hand on the floor. So it's stretching the lateral side of the neck, left side of the neck. Now you can bring your hands back down onto the floor, head comes to center, and then left ear to left shoulder. Maybe you can place your left wrist on top of your head, palm of the hand on the right hand on the floor. Stay here for 2 breaths. Try and bring your shoulders down away from the ears, then remove the hands. Now bring your chin to your chest and try to start rolling your head. Left ear to left shoulder, right ear to right shoulder. You can have your hands on your knees or on the floor. Make sure you don't collapse your shoulders and your chest as you're rolling your neck. And try and go all the way to one direction and then all the way to the other direction. So now we will lift our right hand on the inhale. Exhale, flex to the side. Make sure your sit bones are in contact with the floor, especially the right one. It's not lifting off. And you can bend your left elbow to get closer to the floor and to increase the stretch. From here, you can extend your left elbow to push back up. Bring right hand down. Inhale, left hand goes up. Start bending your right elbow. So we're flexing now the left side of the body. Again, left sit bone should be on the floor all the time. Inhale, bring your hands back down onto your knees and roll your shoulders back and roll your shoulders forward a few times, back again. Lift them towards the ears, drop them down, backward and forward now. Now, we roll onto all fours and we're doing a couple of cat-cow. So leading from your hips, so your sit bones They lift up towards the ceiling. You spread your sit bones. Your belly goes towards the floor, and you look up. Lift your chin. Sorry, your chin. Lift your chin, your gaze, and you can keep your elbows soft. And as you need to exhale, leading with the sit bones, tuck your sit bones under, start rounding your back, tuck your chin to your chest. Head comes towards the middle of the arms, and spine goes up towards the ceiling. So let's do it synchronized with the breath. So inhale, sit bones up, chin lifts, gaze lifts, belly towards the floor. Exhale, sit bones tuck under, chin to chest, and exhale, push the floor away from you on the exhale. On the inhale, you try and pull the floor towards your knees, flexing your elbows slightly. Let's do 2 more times each side. Exhale, extend the elbows, push the floor, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, soften the elbows, and lift the sit bones. 1 more time, exhale, push the floor away. This time when you inhale, go back to neutral. And then we'll extend one leg, extend the other leg, and we do a couple of mountain climbers. So you bring your left knee to left elbow, right knee to right elbow, as if you're climbing a mountain there, and go back to the balls of the feet. Now try and speed up the movement a little bit, and keep breathing, keep your neck in neutral, just warming up the joints of the on the knees, the hips, stretching the sole of the feet, and slow down. Go back to stop to bringing our knees to the floor. You can sit into child pose for a while. And now come back to all 4, feet back on the floor, and we're rolling on our back. We're starting these Pilates exercises now. So go onto your back, help yourself with your elbows, forearms on the floor. We're doing the hundreds. So you know the easier version, so level 2 with the legs in tabletop, but now we want to do full version. Today's Tuesday class is progress, so it's it's a stronger class. So engage your core, legs are stuck together, toes are pointed. On the exhale, we float the legs, shoulders, head, and arms off the floor and start pumping the arms, okay? Then breath cycle. So don't lift your legs too much, should be a little lower than light switch there on the wall. So engage your core, engage your legs. Your eye gaze is resting at your toes, so the back of your neck is long. Try and pump your arms up to the knee height there as well. And 10. Lower your legs, your shoulders, and your head. You can bend your knees, bring your knees in towards your chest, and roll left to right. So massage your low back there a little bit. Now bring your feet down back onto the floor. You roll onto your side, and we're coming to seated, and we're doing the spine stretch. So you can keep your legs as wide as your hips, so hip distance apart, maybe 2 fists between your calves, and your toes should be pointed. You can bend you can micro bend your knees, but to stop them from moving too much, engage your thighs, engage your quads and your calves, your hamstrings, and arms at shoulder height. We do 7 times, okay? So exhale, open your chest with the chest open, gaze lifted, with hinge forward, and then when you can't hinge anymore, then you bring your shoulders and head down, and inhale back to neutral, to seated upright. So let's do 6 more times. Exhale, engage those legs, keep your knees from moving too much. It's okay to move a little bit, okay? We're humans, so we're not machines, but it's okay to move a little bit, but do your best not to move too much. Just 2 more times. Each time you hinge forward, you can go maybe a little bit further. First few times, you're warming up your spine, and the last few times, you are already reaching to your max range of movement. And come back to center, hands behind your back. Get your legs together, shake your legs a little bit, flex and point your toes if you need to. Open your collarbones, look up towards the ceiling, open your throat, and that's it. So we're doing side bend. So do sitting on our right hip first. So we have our legs micro bent, but somewhat extended. You can do one, give one go so you can see how it feels if you have right good alignment, and then if you have to fix, you can fix yourself. So hands a little bit forward to the shoulders, not right underneath it, just feel half an inch maybe forward. And then we will exhale and lift our hips up towards the ceiling sideways and extend the arms. And then inhale, come back with the hip on the floor. And then we do that 8 times, okay? So let's do it together. Your lateral side of your feet pressing against the floor, your hands. Inhale, 1. When you touch the floor with the hips, go back up straight away. 2. 3. Keep your head in line with the spine. 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Now relax. Hips go back onto the floor. Now we can open our legs, your feet in front of your knee, and then we can just flex to the opposite side where our hand was on the floor. So to the left here. Inhale, bring our forearms to the floor and quick flexion to the right. So inhale back. So we're doing the roll down 7 times. So roll down, you can keep your knees flexed and your hands behind your thighs for support, so you don't collapse back. But if you can, try and keep your legs extended, legs stuck together, toes pointed. We'll start by tilting our pelvis and start lowering, bringing our spine towards the floor. Stop just before your spine touches the floor. Exhale, come back to sitting in neutral. Okay, so let's do it 7 times together. Inhale as you roll down. Engage your core, use your core to hoist your body up to sitting in neutral. Start the movement by tilting the pelvis. Stay here for 1 second and come back to neutral. 2. Engage your core, use your core really to lift your body back. 3. 4. Keep your arms at shoulder width apart and at shoulder height. 5. 6. And try and go a little bit lower the last time. Stay here. Neck it's long. Chest is open, and we'll finish here. Now bend your knees. Then bring your chest and your belly to touch your thighs, and then hold your wrist around your shin and let your head go for a while. Stay here, catching your breath and neutralizing your spine for a while. So head goes down. And then we go back to the side bend, but this time on the left. So left hip is on the floor, left leg is under the right leg. Hand is just slightly forward to the shoulders. The edges of the feet pressing on the floor. Let's do 1 time, see if we have good alignment. Exhale. Yeah, I think I'm good here. So inhale to touch the floor. Let's do 8 times together. So inhale, exhale, go. Engage your core. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7 and 8. And relax, hips on the floor. Open your legs in a Z kind of shape and flex to the right now. Inhale, center forearm on the floor and flex to the left. Okay, so we're doing the bridge. So we do 5 bridges with 5 abdominal crunch. If you can't do the crunch, just do the bridge, then maybe you can do 7 so we can finish at the same time. So we will start lying on the floor, fist distance between the knees. Find your gaze there, resting at the ceiling next long. You can have your hands pressing against the floor, or you can start lifting them with the spine on the exhale. Let's just do a couple tilts of the pelvis, imprint the low back on the floor, then go back to neutral just to warm up the spine. Then start lifting the vertebrae, one vertebra at a time. Go towards the middle of the back, then come back down. The next time go a little bit higher. And maybe the third time you go all the way into bridge and you start counting. Just to show you guys what happens when you come back down. Then we bring knees to forehead, arms lift, and we go into crunch, and then we inhale back down. So I'll guide you through it. So engage your core. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. Make sure your knees are not flinging out to the side. Inhale. Come back down, spine and arm, and exhale. Knees to forehead, arms lift. Now inhale, back down onto knees on, feet onto the floor. Exhale. Lift the spine, lift the arms, push your hips up using your glutes and your thigh muscles. Inhale down, exhale. Crunch. Let's do 3 more. Make sure you have your heels close to your glutes and your knees, they are stable. Inhale down, exhale, knees to forehead. Inhale, feet come down, exhale, spine lifts. Arms are in line with the shoulders or a little bit past alignment with the shoulders. Down vertebra by vertebra and crunch. Now last time. Inhale to come down, exhale to lift. Stay here, lift it for one inhale, 1 exhale. Pushing your hips up, engaging your quads, and inhale down, exhale. Knees to forehead, arms lifted. Stay here a little longer, 3 seconds, and inhale down. Now extend the 2 legs, extend your arms, open over behind your head. Give yourself a full body stretch. Maybe you can point and flex your feet, open and close your fist, and relax. So roll onto your side. We're coming back up. We're doing the spine twist. We're only doing 5 rounds of the twist to each side, but then we're doing pumps of the arm. If you can do it, you do it. If you can't, if you decide not to do it, it's fine. Just keep doing maybe the twist until we all finish the pumps. So can have our legs flexed. Make sure your nose is in line with the sternum all the time, so you're not moving your neck in a different pace to your spine. You can have our legs extended in front of you, toes pointed. Open your arms, shoulder height. Let's start. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale. A continuous movement, there's no stopping. Engage our thighs so you're not lifting our knees too much. 3. 4. If you're shrugging your shoulders towards the ear, make sure bring them down, relax them. Now stop at the center there. Let's pump the arms with the palms facing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now turn the palms down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring your arms all the way down. Bring your arms, hands behind your body, flat on the floor. Legs together. Shake your legs. Open your collarbones towards the ceiling. Open your throat and stretch your chest. Relax our legs. We're doing the scissors now. We do 7 times on each leg. So I'll show you now, you're lying supine on the floor, if you're back on the floor, then you will exhale to lift one leg up. You can grab the back of the leg, back of the calf, or the back of the thigh. Your knee can be micro bent when the leg is up. When the leg's down, try and extend the leg as much as you can. Toes are pointed. So we'll be switching the legs 7 times each leg, okay? So let's start together. So engage your core. Inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, you lift. 1. Inhale, switch. 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. And I think I did one extra one, but anyway. Now, bend your knees, bring your feet back onto the floor. Get your feet as wide as the mat. Get your hands just a little, give a space for your legs there so you can drop your legs to the right. Inhale, center, exhale, left. So let's neutralize the spine and release tension of the hip joint. So exhale, drop, inhale, lift, exhale, drop. Couple more times. Next time you drop to the right, stay here, roll your body to the right, push up to seated. So we're doing the push up. So we do 4 times the push up. So, I mean, 4 times that we go up, and on the 5th time, then we stay down, then we go into child's pose. So you guys know, we usually do this at the beginning of the class, but today I put it in the middle. So extend your legs, or you can do push-up from all 4s. Bring your chest to the floor and then push up. And then you can push your hips up and back and roll your spine. Or you can do from knees, as you all know, from plank on your knees, or from full plank. So from full plank, you know, Thursdays are progress class, so we should take it a little bit harder. So inhale, go down, exhale, push up. Start walking your hands back towards your feet. Hang here like a rag doll, and then roll your spine up, vertebra by vertebra. Get to the top of the movement, shoulders and head align with the body, neutral posture, and then again. Now we go down, crown of the head towards the floor. When hands get to the floor, walk the hands to plank. Hands are slightly wider than shoulder width. Inhale down, exhale, push up. Start walking the hands and roll your spine up, vertebra by vertebra. That's 2. Let's go for the 3rd. Go back to neutral before you start rolling your spine down. Your feet should be hip distance apart. Nice support for your body. Now, inhale, bend your elbows close to your ribs. Exhale, push up. Keep your knees not too much bend on the knees. Try and keep your legs as straight as you can as you walk your hands. And then you can have a more generous bend on the knees as you're rolling your spine up. So do 2 more times. So now, push down, inhale, bend your knees close to your rib cages. That's what I mean. Keep your legs now somewhat extended, and now you can bend to support your hamstrings in your back, and then roll up vertebra by vertebra. Get back to neutral at the top of the movement, and here, take a nice inhale, exhale, roll down. This time when we push up, we go into child's pose, okay? So start walking your hands, go into plank. You can do on all 4s or knees. It's your practice, it's your body, just listen to it. Now, knees to the floor, sit back onto your heels, extend your arms in front of you. Now, what you can do is you can bring your arms around alongside your shin, your calves, and you release tension of the shoulder. Just bring your forehead to the floor. So stay here. Take a few breaths here, just catch your breath, relax your shoulders, and then we all meet up at the top of the mat, sitting with the legs flexed. So here, guys, we're doing the rolling back. So we're doing 7 times. Make sure the inner arches of your feet are together. I'll just show you one more time because I don't think we've done this movement many times before. I think once or twice, but you can have your hands here next to your hips for guidance, and then you can roll back on the inhale, rolling along your forearms and your upper arms, using them and your hands for support. Or you can have your hands on your chin and then roll back, inhale, exhale, come back up. And then you can stay here in balance, or you can bring your feet back onto the floor. I'll give you all these options, just see which one works better for you. One thing to remember is when you start to roll back, chin comes towards the chest, your pelvis tilts, and then by doing those 2 actions, you round your spine, and then you can roll like a ball. Okay, so you don't fall flat on your back. If you're feeling you're falling flat on your back, don't do it. Try and just practice the tilt of the pelvis and the rounding of the spine until you get it right, and then you can try again. And very important, never roll onto your neck. You go up to your scapula here, your shoulder blades. Your head might slightly touch the mat, but if you feel pressure on neck or head, don't move away from it, okay? Use your hands to stop you from going towards your neck if you need to. So let's do it together 7 times. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, come up. Try not change the space between your thighs and your chest. One more time. Perfect. So here you can extend your legs again, open your chest. Maybe you can drop your legs again to one side and then to the other, keeping your chest open. Now, we're relying on our back and we're doing the double leg stretch. So use your elbows, use your forearms to help you on the way down. So you protect your spine. So you're doing the double leg stretch. So you bring your legs to tabletop, start from knees bent, hip distance on the legs or fist distance between the knees. You bring one leg to tabletop, bring that leg in towards your chest before you bring the second leg, and then you bring the 2 of them to tabletop, knees over the hips. Shin parallel to the floor. You lift your shoulders and your head off the floor. You can stay here just moving your arms, or for the purpose of the Thursday classes, we go all the way to full version. We start extending the legs while circling the arms. Then inner arches of the feet is together, legs are together for the full version, okay? So let's rest again and start together. So all together, legs to tabletop. Lift your shoulders and your head. We do 8 times. So inner arch together, start now. Inhale to prepare, exhale. Extend and circle the arm. Inhale back to center, exhale. Engage your core. Don't rush. Take our time, really checking if everything is okay, doing everything right. 4, halfway. And 8. So now rest your shoulders and your head on the mat. Roll left to right. Now, from here, guys, let's do a spine twist. So bring your legs to tabletop again if you brought them down. Open your arms on a T shape there. And with control, drop your legs to the right together. So you're floating them to the right. Use your core muscles to move the legs. So You can look to the left and bring your right hand on top of your knee if you need to. Stay here for 1 breath, maybe 2. On the next inhale, lift your legs, float them back to center using your core muscles, then using again your abs, you bring them to the left. Then you can look to the right, left hand on top of right knee. Just bring the hand on the knee if you can keep the elbow on the floor, okay? Again, stay here for 2 breaths, maybe 1 more if you need to. See how you feel, if you're feeling too tired. Then using our core muscles, again, float the legs back to center. And then you bring your feet onto the floor 1 at a time. You can roll onto your right, push yourself up, and you're going to do the leg pull prone. I want us to do 8 times each leg, okay? So from all 4s, neck in neutral, you're looking down forward. Keep your neck in neutral, keep your chest in between your shoulders. Don't collapse them down or don't be sticking them up too much. So your hips should be somewhat aligned with your chest, with your shoulder. Extend your legs. Find your positioning of the hips, hip distance between the feet. Then we will exhale, point the toes, lift the legs to hip height. Inhale, bring the legs down, and then do the next leg. Exhale, lift it. So 8 times, okay? So each leg. So let's do it together. Exhale, point and lift to hip height. Don't have to lift so much. 2, inhale down. 3, 4, 5, 3 more each leg. If you feel tired, you can drop your knees to the floor, go into child's pose. And 8, and 8 on the other leg. Knees to the floor, sit back into child's pose. This time, open your knees as wide as the mat. Toes are touching at the back. Bring your forehead down. What you can do is you can bend your elbows, bring your wrists to rest behind your head. And then doing this, you release tension of the shoulders. Stay here for a couple breaths. Again. When you're ready, you can come back up. We're doing just a few times this one dive. So arms will be in cactus position. So elbow in line with the shoulder, and you lift your head and your arm in alignment. So resting, lying on your belly, on your chest, they're prone position facing the floor. Engage your thighs, your legs are together, pressing the top of the feet against the floor. On the exhale, we lift, and then we don't touch the floor again. We inhale, bring the head and arms towards the floor, but don't touch the floor, and then exhale, lift again. Let's do it 5 times, okay? Engage, inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Don't have to lift too much. You'll feel your back and muscles working. Two more. And all the way down, relax. You can bring your hands below your head as a cushion, or you can keep them open and resting on the side of your face, and sway your hips side to side, shake your legs. Maybe you can bring your arms alongside your body, rest on one side of the face, then rest on the other side of the face. And shake your hips to release tension of the legs and the hips. Now, you can roll onto your back. So here, we just bring right ankle to left knee, bring fingers interlaced behind left thigh, and just bring the leg towards the chest. We're stretching our glutes. You can extend your left leg if you want, and if you can, and you can rotate your ankle as well. Bending our elbows to bring the legs closer to your chest, increasing the stretch on the glutes. Now bring that foot down. Now left foot onto right knee, interlace the fingers, bring them together, and rotate your ankle. And the elbow, stretch. Now bring feet back onto the floor. Now knees towards the chest. Circle your knees to one direction and then to the other direction a couple times. And then maybe you can start breaking them apart and circling them to either separate direction. And then again, change direction. Just a couple times, just massage your back there a little bit. Extend your legs, extend your arms up and over behind your head. Full body stretch, 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 and release. So you can stay here, guys, in relaxation for a few moments. You can get your palms of your hands up towards the ceiling. Let your feet flop out to the side. Legs are at hip distance apart. Take a few deep exhales, a sigh of relief. Deep inhale, deep exhale. And then try and bring your breathing to a more natural state. When you're ready, relax your pelvis, relax your belly. No need to engage your core anymore. Relax the muscles on your face and just stay here with your eyes closed, trying to relax everything. Feeling your body melting into the floor. And stay here for as long as you can. If you have the luxury to stay here, 5, 10 minutes, just use this time to unwind and relax. If you don't have much time, you can then start bringing awareness back to the body. First, wiggle your fingers and your toes, maybe shake your head side to side. Then you can start bending your knees. Then roll onto your left. Maybe take another breath here onto your left, lying on your side, before you use your hands to push yourself up to seated. Then you can cross your legs. Stay here for 1 or 2 breaths, just taking your time before you get up so you don't feel dizzy. And thank you very much, guys. Thank you for today. Hope you enjoyed the class.